So what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Robert. If this is your first time tuning in, so today we are going to be covering another unconventional side hustle, another way to make some extra cash, extra money. Without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into it. So as you can tell, I'm walking around and it got me thinking about another side hustle that you can do. I always get some really good thoughts when I'm walking and moving around. But one of them that you can definitely do that pays pretty decently, and if you love the outdoors, it's going to fit perfect. You like to work with your hands, you like to be active and physical, is going to be a ranch hand. We're going to go ahead and quickly discuss what does that entail, how much it pays, what it all involves, and how you can go about finding these jobs as well. So being a ranch hand is a hard job depending on where you go, who you go with, but it can also be a little bit less strenuous, again, depending on what types of ranches you're going to be working on. There's a couple ranch hands in the area that I personally know that are ranch hands, but they're not necessarily doing the crazy hardest jobs that might come to mind when you think of ranch hand. Now again, granted, they are a little bit older, but we'll quickly discuss some of the things that they are doing. Some of the jobs that they do on a regular basis or more consistently is going to be, just noticed a new little fence there, is going to be spraying down the fence lines. So what do they do there? They basically come up with the mixture, get on an ATV or in the back of the truck, they have a hose. They're just driving around the fence line, just making sure they spray all the brush to get it killed, so that way the fence line is nice and clear and it doesn't get intertwined in the fences. Makes it a little bit easier, makes the fence last longer, and there's just less stress on the fence from collapsing or falling with too much weight or breaking with the trees growing. Another one I see quite often as well, kind of pertains to a fence line as well. That's going to be driving a tractor and disking, or tilling, however you want to call it. Disking all around the perimeter of the fences. Again, these ranches are hundreds of acres. They're not, 20-acre ranches, 30-acre ranches. They're usually hundreds of acres, thousands of acres. So yeah, it's a full job, but they're not super strenuous as you might think. Basically what they do, they just go around the edges, the perimeter of the fence line, and they are just disking or tilling the dirt. And that's mainly just to spread, to reduce the spread, actually, to reduce the spread of a fire in the event a fire was to break out from a county road, highway, whatever. This just helps to break it up so hopefully it doesn't jump and come onto their property. That's mainly what that's for. But again, not super hard, not super crazy, labor intensive. Still some work, but it's something that an older person can do, younger person can do, and not super strenuous. A couple other things they do that I have seen is they usually just take out like hay out of the hay barns and drop it off to the cattle. They go and check on the cattle. Nothing too hard, nothing too bad. Those are some of the most common things I see. Cut down trees every now and again if they're growing in between the fence lines. That's for some of the lighter stuff. I could definitely get into more stuff, but for the more least strenuous things, those are kind of the most common ones that I'm seeing. Now if you are a, I guess, different type of ranch hand, yes, they will have you doing plumbing and electrical and all different types of things on the ranch as well. But that's for another video. That's another level of ranch hand, I guess you can say. But yeah, so we'll quickly talk about how much they pay and how you can go about finding this job, and yeah, the typical bosses you would have for something like this. So how much they pay kind of depends on your skill level and exactly what type of ranch hand are you going to be. Are you going to be a ranch hand who just kind of just does the mowing, just kind of does the disking, just kind of maybe fixes fences? What are you going to be doing? Are you going to be doing any kind of electrical work, plumbing work? Like, are you going to be doing you know, taking care of the whole property in case anything breaks, what are you going to be doing? So typically it can start from as low as like 15 bucks on average. And it can go all the way up to as high as 20, 30 bucks. Again, depending on the difficulty level and what you're going to be doing exactly. But those are typically what I've been seeing. How you can go ahead and find, again, these are good things for the weekend too. You can be a weekend ranch hand as well if you have a full-time job. It's a good little side hustle. So where you can find these jobs, best way is just to start making friends with ranchers, farmers. That's probably going to be the best way, or through word of mouth. That usually helps the rancher feel a bit more comfortable with going with you. If you can get a referral from somebody that they know, somebody that they trust, that'll go further than just a name on a card at a Tractor Supply, Walmart, etc. That'll go a lot further with a farmer or rancher. But if you don't have any connections that way, you can always do the Tractor Supply method. Drop a card, drop a message on some Facebook groups, etc. Pages that are related to this type of work, community boards online, community boards in person at these grocery stores, etc. You can always leave your information there. But again, the most effective way is going to be word of mouth and through a trusted source that the rancher farmer can trust or relies on, or that he knows. That's going to be the best way. Second best way is just going to be online, just getting yourself out there, posting about it. Hey, I'm looking for X, Y, and Z job. You know, anyone hiring. Now, if you are going to be going that route, dropping cards and stuff like that, Tractor Supply, feed stores, local supermarkets, those are going to be the top places I would check and try to find. Those are going to be, you know, most farmers and ranchers will be going to the local supermarkets to get some sodas, Gatorades, waters, etc. They'll typically be going over there for at least those types of things. Feed stores, if they have property, they probably have to go to a feed store, especially if they have cattle or if they like to hunt and get corn for the feeders. Tractor Supply, people always have things break down, so they'll be going to these Tractor Supply and auto stores also to fix parts on their vehicles or to fix parts on the property itself. I think I'm gonna wrap it up there. I hope it was valuable information for you guys who like the outdoors, like to work with your hands, and are looking for a little part-time job to make some extra cash. So without further ado, be careful, be good, take care, and God bless. See you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.